Hi, my name is Kat from Owling Dog. I love creative arts and restoring old furniture and other items. The time you spend watching this channel is appreciated. I hope you subscribe and like these videos, which helps circulate the content. Feel free to drop a comment. All of these are appreciated. Well, let's go see what's in the barn. Very wet here. Yep. It's wet on Mount Pisgah. I guess we'll see what's in the barn. I actually did unlock the door. My sign's still standing. Interesting. So let's see if my heaters stayed on. Okay, so here is the piece we're going to be working on this week. It's an old desk, and currently I have a few, I put a few things in it while I was working on my armoire, which is still sitting where it was staged before I left to visit my family. And anyway, I was given this desk by a friend here who didn't want it anymore. He was moving and didn't want to take it with him. So he said, "Do you want a desk?" And I said, "Yeah, of course." So it comes with a little vanity stool. It's really a vanity. And he was using it, I guess, as a little dresser or something. It comes with a mirror, which is off. And it looks like there are a few handles that are broken and missing, which is okay because I will save these because I like the old handle sometimes. And sometimes you find a piece that, you know, oh, it's just missing the back plate, you know, the escutcheon part of it. And so I just need to replace that. And yeah, it has some damage to it. Now, here's one of the things that broke. We will fix this. Well, actually, I plan to put a piece of wood there. I don't know. I'm going to take a look at it and we'll see what's broken. I haven't really taken a deep look at it, but I know that that's broken. We'll check out the vanity stool. I actually don't know what kind of wood it's made out of. It's heavy. Let's see. These are some of the crafts that I do, and I use them as props, and they're technically little bits for sale, but probably a veneer, like one of those old thick veneers that they had before. I don't know what kind of wood. I could guess maple, but I don't really know. The back even is wood. I don't know. Haven't really seen what the manufacturing is. These original screws for the mirror. So it's vintage. I don't think it's an antique. Oh, let me just gently move this. The Kling factories in Millville, New York. So let's see. I don't think I can see that without my glasses. Something about number 130, but we'll take a good look at it. And yeah, I have a really fun plan for this desk, which I keep saying desk. It's not really a desk. However, I'm going to use it as my desk. So I'm going to really play with this thing and make it quite wild. I have some TSP. It's actually the Dixie Belle White Lightning that's mixed here. Here's another one. The alcohol, no. I think I'm going to use the Dawn. I think I'm going to use the TSP and the Dawn. This is really handy. It's a dish spray. So, yeah. It's extremely concentrated. So I want to show you the difference between where they waxed and where they didn't wax. So you don't even have to look, you can just listen to it. This is where they waxed. Behind the mirror, where they never touched. That finish is intact and not wanting to come off with my scraper. So there's the difference. That's one of the things you have to think of when you're using finishing products. So what I thought was a veneer, it's silly. I just automatically always think it is until I start looking at these separate pieces of wood here. And let's see if I can get a better look. So this one, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Sometimes if I had a sliver of wood, I can put it in there. I might have some thin veneer that I can pop in there. Sometimes at this age, well, not sometimes, but usually, like at this age, if the wood starts to bend like this, it's just going the way of wood. So if you glue it and clamp it, it's just going to want to bend out again. So I think the best thing to do is to either fill it with wood putty, which is not, it depends. It's okay. That's okay to do. And I do it a lot. But if you have a thin shim, that's the best way to handle it, is to actually put some kind of shim in there. But yeah, I mean, it looks to me, I can see these separate pieces of wood. So it's a solid top, and I think it's maple. I'm looking at these, like, see how it looks hairy? I don't know, tell me what you think. Is that not maple? That hairy looking pattern. Nice top. My plan was to paint it, but sometimes when I see this pretty wood, I actually change my mind. So, you know, I'll probably, and it has some kind of thing going on here. I don't know whether that was in the wood or not. And here's another place where it's actually starting to bend away. But, you know, what's this? I don't know what that is. It's completely smooth. So I sanded it with 120. I did all the scraping. I'm going to do a little bit of hand sanding around the edges. And I'm going to do a scuff sand on the drawers. I scraped the drawers, especially around the edges of the chamfer-ish part of it. And then I had to actually clamp a couple as well. So, yep, that's what it looks like right now. So here's where we stand at the moment. This drawer I'm currently working on. This has to dry some more. It goes on in layers, so it does take some time. I don't know what's easier. I didn't have a nice piece of wood, and I didn't really want to use a piece of stud pine on it. I believe it's maple. I could be wrong. I think it's a nice wood. It's a nice hardwood. And I didn't want to use builder's grade anything, putting it back together. So, I mean, you could argue with me whether I did the right thing. Anyway, the putty goes on in layers. So this is the third layer, and I think it will be the final layer. It's almost where I want it to be, I'm thinking. So you do have to build it up a little bit higher than what you want, obviously, so you can sand it down and carve it out and make it right. There's 2 coats of a palmetto green color on here, and 1 coat of shellac. It looks really brownish gray in the photo, but it's kind of yellowish from here. So here's another. This is good, although I'm going to try to find, there's not even a hole there, so I filled it with a piece of veneer, and it's going to show the crack. And that might be as good as it gets. I can barely feel it, but that's where I put the shim in to fill the crack. And what I will try to do before the final finish is I'm going to try a little bit of a wax stick and see if I can kind of hide that crack. So from here, obviously I'm going to wait for the right-hand top drawer for last, but I'm going to start laying on colors on the body of the vanity. And it's not going to be a blend. It's going to be layers of color. So it's going to look bad before it looks good. Okay, so I'm going to start stenciling, and I have several stencils that I'm going to use. So you have to consider what your layers are, and I will be using some transfers on it, but you don't want to paint over your transfers, so you need to have everything done and then do your transfers. Now, that being said, you could do your transfers and then seal it and then paint over that. That would be fine, but you don't want to paint directly over a transfer because they'll just peel. So I'm going to spray the back of this with adhesive. I find stenciling to be quite challenging. I am going to use a little sponge to do it. And this product is really good. I'm sorry, I don't remember who makes it, but I'm sure I got it on Amazon. So cute. And yeah, so let me set this up. So I'm going to try some stamping. And these are the Decor stamps from Redesign with Prima. Just pull this out so I can get my hands behind it. You don't want to slide them around. I don't know if you can see it, but it's just a nice metallic. So yeah, let me do something different on this side. And so I use two separate inks. I don't have a lot of ink because I don't do a lot of stamping, but that should change because it's really fun. This side is the sepia and this side is the copper. So I want to get some black ink because that shows up really well, although it's pretty bold, but plus I want to get more stamps. So, yep, let's keep going. I'm trying some of the Moonshine Metallics in the color Wedding Belle, just on the feet. It's a little challenging holding the phone and doing this at the same time. Kind of pretty. I'm going to do a second coat, of course, so that it goes together. Might even do this detail, but not sure if I can use this brush. I think I have to get a different brush than the zebra brush. So this probably seems, you know, like a lot of details, and it is. I think the hardest thing about this is not blending because I'm so used to doing a blend. I think that was the hardest thing about it. The details, it's just that there's a lot of small details, which makes it seem like it's a lot more work than it really is. I don't want to lose this. What I'm doing is cutting these up into usable sizes. Probably not going to use the larger, just because I don't think it will be right for this piece. And so I think I'm going to start putting on my transfers. And if I change my mind and want to add more paint, like I said before, I'll just clear coat it so that I don't alter my transfers and add some decoration on top of that. It's so cold in here. I'm really struggling to work in the cold. And so I have the insides underneath taped off, and I'm going to do, it's painted green, just like the base color, and I'm going to do a moonshine metallic stripe, and then I'm going to do something here on the edge to fade it into the front, I think. So, yep, we'll do that. Okay, it's time for the IOD transfers on the sides and maybe a few in the front. And I'm going to oil the top. It has 2 coats of shellac, and I love the rustic look of it. I just think it looks great. I don't want to do anything else to it. No stain, just the natural wood. And I'm going to do some orange oil and do some polishing, and that will be it on that. So we're pretty much done. Got the stripes done, have all the stamping done, have some of the some transfers on, and yep, I'm going to finish up with these transfers. Oh, it's cold. But I just went back and had a cup of cinnamon coffee, so I feel better now. Thank you so much for watching. This was something that was different for me, even though I love a lot of color and I do a lot of blending. This little vanity wasn't blended, as you know, and it's really hard to just put color side by side without blending it. together. So it was really different for me. This was a vanity that was given to me, so I didn't do the little bench yet, but I'll probably do that too. Maybe I'll do a separate video for it, like a short or something. What we did was I scraped down the top. I mended the drawer on the right side looking at the picture, the top drawer. I clamped 3 drawers because they were really loose and the dovetails were starting to come apart. Oh, let's see. And I did a base coat of 2 coats of palmetto green and then all the colors over that. And so it's had stenciling of all different types of stencil. It has different types of transfers. I'll list all the products under the videos in case you're interested. I did stamping on it, and I did stamping on the sides of the drawers as well. This top came out really nice. I used Howard's feeding wax on the top, and it's so soft and so smooth. It's just beautiful. Very rustic looking, and I love the way that it looks. I fixed a crack on the right-hand side where the pieces of wood were actually coming apart. No stain, just shellac and Howard's feeding wax, and that's it. So I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything. I don't think so. Oh, these knobs. So I don't have a lot of the single knobs. I buy a lot of handles and cup hooks and things like that. So I didn't have a lot, and I was going to go out and buy a matching set, but then I started looking through some of the small orders that I have, and I just put together a bunch of different knobs, and I actually love the way it looks. I'm not going to change it at all. I'm just going to keep it as is. So I should say that prior to beginning this, I watched a video made by Marley, and I will attach her link at the end and then link it below. She's phenomenal. She does a lot of different things, but she does boho, and she does it really, really, really well. And when I saw her lay down all the colors and do all the layering and everything, I said, oh, I'm definitely going to try that. And because I wanted to do it, I wanted to do something. Oh yeah, and we did stripes on the inside. So that's the metallic, moonshine metallics, and it's also at the bottom too. I did all of the bottom feet and the rim at the bottom in moonshine metallic, so you can still see the color difference, but it's kind of shaded and hidden away. I love the way that it looks. Anyway, thank you to Made by Marley for inspiring me to do this, and I hope to do more like it. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for just a few close-ups that I added at the end. Have a great rest of your weekend.